Don't confuse ever results is something that I learned in high school while playing soccer under Coach John Brown. At the time, being a teenager, I didn't really understand the meaning behind this quote, but now, growing up, I kind of see how it can relate to real life. It doesn't matter how hard you try or what you're trying to do, if you don't achieve the final result that you're looking for, it doesn't count. John Brown was the head coach at my school in high school, and I played for him through 4 years of my varsity soccer career. When I first met John Brown, he was quite intimidating. He was an ex-Marine, which means that he had gone through a lot. And he came from a really successful school to a brand new school where we never had soccer. Most of the guys weren't used to being coached, and the way he coached was really different from anything else we had experienced. His practices involved a lot of running, a lot of training, a lot of weights, and a lot of hard work most of all, because I remember we would sweat so much and we would be so tired, but he always kept us pushing. And one thing we can't forget is he always had punishment for anything that we did, anybody slacking off or goofing off during practice would get punished. And it wasn't easy punishments. It felt like we were part of the Marine Corps at the time. But as the years passed, John Brown became more of a close friend to me and my other teammates because we kind of realized how much of a good man he was. He didn't work us hard for no reason. He pushed us to the limit and made us grow, not only as students, but as players as well. I remember he will always hold us accountable for anything that we did. Even if it was our grades, if we were failing, he would not let us play. If we did something wrong in practice, he would punish us or he would point it out and make us think about what we were doing. And that's kind of one thing I liked about him. He made everybody accountable for their actions. So nobody was forced to be in soccer. Nobody was forced to do any sort of punishment. He could always tell you, if you don't want to be here, leave. And it may sound mean or messed up, but that's kind of how it is now in real life. In the job, if you don't want to work, they'll fire you. Or in school, if you don't want to do your work, you'll fail your class. So we were young, but he was trying to make us see the bigger picture at the time. And it's hard because when you're in high school, you don't really see the big picture until you get out. John Brown was really honest, brutally honest. A lot of people would talk bad about him because he was a person that didn't sugarcoat things. If he didn't like you or if he didn't like what you were doing, he would tell you. And he didn't mean to offend you, he would just let you know. I remember there was times where other students would want to join soccer or other people would want to come into our program and he would just tell them, no, you're not. This is not for you. And many people complained. A lot of people had phone calls against him. But it was true. Like, not everybody was meant to be part of that program because he held us at such high standards that at times it felt like he wanted us to be professionals, but we weren't. And yeah, it was one of those things. Having him as a coach was just a different experience. I remember seeing other players that played different sports like football or baseball. They were more relaxed. They were having fun during practice. They could mess around, and we really couldn't. Like we could tell jokes and whatever, but he's seen us laughing or he's seen us just messing around in practice. He would either make us run or, you know, do some type of punishment. He always wanted us to be serious and to be focused on what we were doing, and in the end, it did work out because we ended up being a little bit more successful than other programs in our school. But that wasn't really his like thing. He didn't want to make other people look bad. It was just the way he knew how to do things. And I think that's what helped us a lot. Not just in soccer, but in school, because we were known as the soccer team who did good in classes, who were well behaved, who didn't get in trouble. And people all around us had us at a higher level than other programs, and it wasn't because we were such good students, but it was more because of his way of teaching us. And it was kind of like, yeah, he did kind of have like a fear mindset where like you were scared of getting in trouble by him, but at the same time it was kind of like a respect, like we respected the way he treated us and we respected him. So it was a mutual thing. But yeah, even after high school, he still reached out to us. He still took care of us, and I think that's what stood out the most. Like, it wasn't just about soccer for him. It was more about helping us be the best we could be. He made us become men. He made us do community service even when we didn't have to. It wasn't required by our school. He made us go out and clean other people's yards. Like, it was just one of those things where he didn't have to go the extra mile for us, but he still did. And now that people show like the gratitude, but he didn't care. Like, he still did it because he wanted us to be successful. And now that I look at it now, where I'm at, it kind of helped out. Like, a lot of the lessons we did, a lot of the things that we did that weren't related to soccer, it kind of relates now to the real world. Like I said, he would always give us code. He would always, sometimes we didn't even play soccer. In soccer class, he would just read us books and quotes about different successful people and just tell us how other people are being successful and how we can be successful in our own path.